Welcome to episode 3 of Scouting the Cities. This time we've got Jon Sherf, Sherfie, Sherf, whatever you want to call him, videographer here at the University of St. Thomas, videographer just in general, of course. He does a lot of sports videography, but he doesn't want to limit himself to that. He also makes educational videos on YouTube recently, so check those out, and you'll hear about all that stuff and all the stuff that he does in today's episode. How I met Sherf, or Jon, or Sherfie, whatever you want to call him. He's at Sherfie on Instagram and social media _ at the end there. But how I met Sherf, he started working for the University of St. Thomas's athletic department, which I've worked at for a few years now, and he started through filming games for our live streams. So whether he was top camera or he was typically down by the glass in the cold at St. Thomas Ice Arena, and he was following the game that way. So if players coming into the corner of the boards, you'd get that uptight shot. You'll see it in the NHL playoffs these days if you're watching, but if you're not, this is what it is. So Sherf started off doing that, and then he eventually grew more and more and started filming games himself with a camera in his hand. You know, he's not holding the tripod anymore. So Sherf started doing that and making game recaps for St. Thomas basketball, hockey, and everything in between. You'll hear him talk a lot about that. His growth throughout the last year and a half has been amazing to watch, and he's found, you know, what he loves to do, whether it is these sports recaps or making short films, doing scene reenactments, and you'll see some of these clips throughout the episode. I've got them put in there so that you get a sense of Jon Sherf's work. He's very talented, and it was super fun to talk to him. It was a great time. Of course, one of my good friends, so you know, it was easy to talk to. So, but without further ado, here's episode 3, Scouting the Cities. Enjoy. Okay, so we got the king, world famous videographer, Jon Sherf here.
Hello.
University of St. Thomas student. Why don't you just give a rundown of what it is you do in terms of videography work?
Yeah, so I mean, I do a little bit of everything.
Yeah.
Primarily, I'm known for doing sports videos for St. Thomas.
Yeah.
And freelancing in that area, but I also have done weddings, some car videos, short films, music content, a lot of everything, you know.
Yeah. So where did it all start? Like, what kind of was your first? Were you a little kid like messing around on iMovie and stuff? Or?
Kind of, yeah. So it actually started. I think I was about 6th grade, and I was making Lego stop motion videos on my iPad. So that's where it began. They're still somewhere on YouTube. I'm not saying where.
Yeah,
they are.
What were like the type of videos? Like what was like? Did you have one there where there's like a storyline to it all?
For the Lego ones?
Yeah, the Legos. Yeah.
I had one. My pride and joy was just Lego Marvel superheroes battling, fighting it off. So,
oh, really?
Yeah.
What was the storyline there?
It was about 10 seconds long. There wasn't really a storyline.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So why? I mean, I guess. So what were you just like taking pictures with that and then putting it into like video?
Yeah, I had I don't know. I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a stop motion app on my iPad. So you'd take the picture and then it'd have like a you'd take a picture and then you'd be able to see the previous frame just with the lowered opacity, so you could just go frame by frame.
Yeah.
I'd spend like it would take like 5-6 hours to do that 10-second video. You know, I was there all day.
Yeah, but you were into it though.
I was into it. Yeah, I loved it for the like 3 videos that I made. But yeah, that's where it all started.
So then like, I guess, when did you like start to pick up the camera again, or I guess edit some stuff? Or
yeah, so I mean, I had that little hobby as a kid, and in high school I was interested in photography mainly, but I didn't have my own camera, but I had buddies who did, so I kind of hung around with them, learned a little bit through their equipment. And then I didn't really touch it again until sophomore year of college. I had a camera that I'd never used, and I had gotten really into the gym and personal fitness, and that's when I think just fitness influencers were really starting to take off on TikTok and social and Instagram. So I had wanted to start filming my content, so I had this camera that I didn't even like know how to use, and I just started propping it up in the gym and making little trendy working out
the basic
fitness edits. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just throw. And the funny thing is too is I didn't even like use iMovie for that. I had actually it was really tedious, but I would like color grade. I'd like color correct all my videos in like iPhoto, and then I would just like trim the videos. It was like none of the cuts were ever like on beat. They were all slightly off because I was just like.
Wait, you were editing them on the photo app?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that had to take forever.
It did.
Yeah,
it did.
Yeah, and then you said, "All right, I'm gonna get Premiere."
And then then I got into photography. So I had done the fitness videos for like maybe a month or so. Summer came around. I started getting out and shooting more, and I didn't actually start making videos until I had gotten the job with St. Thomas to start doing live production and shooting some content. So that's when I actually started learning Premiere, is when I started that job actually.
How'd you get the job then? Did you lie?
No, I didn't lie. I mean, I kind of, okay, no, I did know. I did know how to use Premiere slightly, but I mean, it was like just a couple short TikToks, nothing advanced. I hadn't made anything over like a 20-second long video. And I had met Nate Schneiderhan, and he had connected me with the athletic director, and I got the job. Yeah,
that's wild.
It was wild.
And wait, so did you immediately start shooting then, like for athletics, like
no,
with your own camera, or what was the?
So we started out just mainly learning the ropes with the live production there. My boss was a little bit hesitant to let me start because I guess the work I had wasn't the best, you know. So I think he was a little nervous to have me on a game. But I started with the cross country. They had it was like the Roy Gryak Invitational, whatever, yeah. And videographer wasn't able to make it, so my boss had me go and film it. And that video, you've seen it. It was pretty terrible, but that was I spent like probably like 8 hours. On that video. It was really trashy, but that was the first time I ever got out to shoot, and then to shoot a sports content, and I didn't do it again until I think some hockey games like months later. So it definitely didn't start out with me getting that opportunity very regularly.
No. Well, you kind of got the call up there.
Like,
well, we got this kid. We'll throw him in. See what happens.
Exactly. I was thrown into the fire, which I think that's the best way to,
only way to learn.
It's the only way to learn. And whether or not you can, handle something, that's a great test of it. So.
If you can get past the wolves or not.
Exactly. Yeah. Can survive in the pit. So.
So back to like the gym videos. Like,
yes.
What was the idea there? Were you just trying to? Were you like, all right, I'm gonna get huge. Let's start doing videos too, like, or you were trying to really focus more on video stuff? I guess
I was trying to be a fitness influencer. Yeah, that was the goal. That was
what inspired you. What got you there?
I mean, at the time, I guess the gym was like the only thing that I'd really say was maybe like a passion or a real interest. So, and I've never really wanted to do any kind of corporate work. I know that, a typical 9-to-5, nothing against that, but has never been my calling. Yeah. So I saw it as an opportunity to maybe like make some kind of, I don't even know, whatever, off like of something that I'm interested in. Like build a personal brand or
well, it's a huge step to take to like start posting videos like that, because you're like, it's a mental game. Like it's tough because you're thinking like, all right, I'm gonna lose some followers here. Like some people are gonna call me,
it was
gym bro.
I definitely lost. Yeah, it was a battle, or not a battle. It was there was a lot of, I guess, stress when I had posted that first gym video, because I mean, there's a lot of people who will see that kind of stuff and be like, "Oh, look at this douche," you know?
Yeah, yeah,
Like,
of course.
who
Yeah.
does he think he is? And I definitely lost a couple hundred Instagram followers, and but I mean, yeah, that was a huge step for me to take, posting that, because that was difficult, and like having my camera out at the gym, it was so nerve-wracking at
Yeah.
first, because very few people do it. So as soon as you take it out,
Everyone's looking.
everyone's like, "Who's this guy?"
Yeah. Do you kind of feel the need, like, all right, now I gotta put another plate on type thing? You can say no on here.
No, I don't think I was never putting up any impressive numbers.
Yeah.
And I wasn't even that big, so that's just like the funny thing, I guess. I will say the one thing I definitely did in hopes of like fitting into this persona of a gym influencer.
Yeah.
I like tried to start doing like posing, because I don't know, like bodybuilding
Like
poses
the
kind of thing.
yeah.
And I'd never taken the time to learn how to do it properly, so it was always like really awkward, kind of just like guessing as I'm like doing it. And
Yeah.
I even took off my shirt a couple times, which that was really embarrassing. And looking back, that was like, why'd I do that?
Well, hey man, your confidence was through the roof at this time, it sounds like.
Yeah, well, I mean, going through that, I don't necessarily look back on that period fondly, just because it was kind of like it was a little cringy, but it was definitely something that I had to go through to then really be able to start doing what I'm doing now, getting over the fear of what other people think about me. If I post and lose some followers or don't get as much likes as the previous one, who cares,
Yeah,
so
for sure.
it was definitely very important process for me to go through.
Yeah, well, and now you're putting up a bunch of stuff on your Instagram. Like, I mean, every one of your posts is a video now, essentially.
Pretty much,
right?
yeah.
Like, so, and then like even that short scene you did, the scene recreation.
Yes.
Like, and that was a different direction too. Like, you had only posted sports stuff from that point. So, like, I mean, I feel like it's finding that confidence type thing,
Yeah.
like kind of taking that step, because it is hard for sure.
Oh, it is very hard. I mean, yeah, my page is definitely it's all over the place,
Yeah.
And I've never liked the idea of, really like finding a niche or like sticking to this one type of, content, I guess, like, oh, you're a sports videographer, oh, you're a short filmmaker, whatever. So it's like, I want to be able to film sports and then a week later post a short film, or maybe stream a video game. It's like, I want to do whatever I want to do and not be put into like a box by society.
Yeah. Society, man.
Society.
Oh, dude.
But sorry, go on.
No. So like, I guess that those gym videos, like, do you look back on that and like see the good and the bad out of it, like, now? And like, I guess looking back at it, how has taking that step help you to like what you're doing now in terms of like posting more and even on like the editing side, or like learning how to shoot?
Yeah. I mean, I definitely see the good and the bad when I look back on it. There are things parts of it that I don't, remember as fondly, and then other parts that were like good. Like, for example, I may not have be the most proud of the content that I made back then, but it got me to pick up my camera and use my camera that had been sitting in my closet for ages.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even if that, dream or idea was never meant to, work out, it was kind of like, it just like brought me back to what I was like
meant
to do, you know? And it's like at the time I was just super interested in the gym, so anything involving the gym I was also like really interested in.
Yeah.
So, you know, I probably would never have picked up the camera for any other reason.
Yeah.
So,
it's crazy, like when things like that happen, like those one decisions, that one like, screw it, I'm gonna bring my camera to the gym,
Yeah.
like, and clip it up, like, can lead to like, I guess, like a whole new road. You know what I mean? Because I feel like with my stuff, like I've always wanted to do like this podcast and stuff. I've always wanted to do a podcast, and because I think I've always thought I'm good at talking or whatever. I don't know.
Which you are.
I try my best.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it's crazy. You just have to do it, and now I'm kind of forced to keep going. You know what I mean? And so like having that kind of force, like you posted that one gym video, you can't just leave it at one, right?
Yeah.
And then you decided, okay, I don't want to do the gym videos anymore, but it got you back there. You know what I mean? Like, it is crazy how like one decision can change
everything,
like a path. You know what I mean?
It sounds
everything. Really cheesy.
No, but it's true.
It is. Yeah.
It's true.
No. So now, I guess, what were the steps then? You mentioned it. The summer started from the gym videos, and then you did the track video. So then I guess from that first track video, and then getting into shooting more, how did you learn all the editing and shooting and stuff like that? Was that just YouTube videos or
YouTube University?
Yeah.
It was a lot of trial and error. Sometimes spend like 1 to 2 hours extra on a video just to figure out how to do one thing, kind of thing, so it's just learning through putting in the reps. And I've consumed a lot of tutorials from YouTube. So
we were talking about it yesterday, about or I guess you were just like showing me people who you follow.
Yes.
So like, I guess, well, it's sort of, with the gym stuff, you saw other people doing things a certain way. I guess, how has following different people, like, how does that help you with choosing how to like stylize your videos and stuff like that? Do you ever like watch a video and say like, oh, I'm gonna take that from them, kind of thing?
Yeah.
Like, not to like steal.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm gonna butcher the quote or something. There's this like book, like How to Steal Like an Artist or something.
Yeah.
And you take like 1 or 2 things from people who are already doing it, kind of thing, and then incorporate that into your own work and make it your own. So, I mean, I don't know if there has ever been like a sports videographer or sports creator in particular that I've really taken much inspiration from. I did show you one. His name is like Noah the Boa, I think is his Instagram handle, and he's a content creator and sports videographer for the Tennessee Vols.
Yeah.
And his approach is much more. His edits are a lot more like, I know the word cinematic gets thrown around a lot, but his work does seem to be a lot more like artistic and focusing more on just the beauty in the shots that he captures instead of some banger hype edits.
Of course, yeah.
So stuff like that. Or I mean, Peter McKinnon is a big one who I've followed since that dude had a couple 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, but now he's like way over 5 million, and he's pretty insane. And something I've also taken from him, I'm working on a Utah vlog. I vlogged my spring break trip, and his style is very much like vlogs. His videos have the vlog aspect, all the fun behind the scenes moments with friends, and then you mix in all these banger shots
like
that
beautiful.
Look gorgeous. And then overall he has this like voiceover message that the story that he's telling with the video. So I mean, that's something I'm really trying to do with it. Yeah, and I think just in general, following a lot of people who are already like have made their careers in this space, it's always a constant reminder every time I open up my social media to like keep going. You know, it's like
I mean, it is motivating.
it's motivating. You know, it's like you got to just keep grinding. Like I can't slow down right now.
Yeah.
You know, I got to keep going. And
Well, it's like motivating both in a way where it's like, this is really cool. I want to do something as cool as this, and motivating in a way like, I want to be better than this person kind of thing. I want to be able to do that, but I think I could do it better. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I've always tried to like push myself or whatever, you know, like I want to be better than the next guy. We got your roommate coming down, Ashish.
what up?
But yeah, no, yeah, that's how I've always looked at it. So I guess how would you describe your like style to someone who's never seen one of your videos?
I've never I don't think described my style with words before, so I don't know if I totally have an answer to that.
I guess when you go to a game, or you know, to shoot a short film for like that matter, like what do you have in your head throughout the process? Like, what are you thinking about as you film, and then bring it back to your editing?
Well, when it comes to shooting, one thing that I always try to do is I don't always do this well, but to try and compose my shots as if they were photos. You know, you want to be able to stop a clip at any point and have it look like it was the photograph that was taken, you know? So really just trying to focus more on just the shots that I'm capturing. And then I've really been, this isn't like a personal style or anything, but I've really been trying to play into like sound effects more in my videos to really just like, I guess, like create an experience with my videos and for the people who watch them. And so yeah, I don't know if that really answers your question,
I mean,
but
yeah, for sure. I think what you do really well is the sound effects. I mean, that I don't know if a lot of other people do that really, especially for sports type stuff. Like adding the dribbles on each time it hits the court. Like, I mean, I feel like you see some like swish like sound effects, or you hear some swish sound effects in video editing, but it seems like you do like a lot. Like you add the shoe squeaks and everything too. Like where did that come from? Did you get that from someone else, or like?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So over January, so most of my learning has come from YouTube, but over January I took a filmmaking, like a sports filmmaking, like masterclass thing. I followed this guy on Instagram. He goes by B Figgy, and he's the video producer for the Lakers, and he loves to teach. So he has a filmmaking course.
That's awesome.
And it's a bunch of like videos, pre-made videos, and then he had like coaching classes for like 6 weeks. And one of the things that he really talked about and played into was like sound effects in his videos as well, just really try and like create that experience. So the sound effects that I use for sports in particular, they're a sound pack that I bought from him, that he recorded himself. So yeah, that's where I got that from.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
No, I feel like it adds a much more to the video, and it's like such a little thing that people don't even think about. Like, I guarantee you no one, like only 10 people are noticing that in a video, or at least like knowing that you went through and edited it. But I feel like because it makes sense with the video, the normal person's gonna watch it and it's just like, oh, that's how it was recorded.
Yeah.
And it really makes it kind of like you shot it not at a jam-packed arena, of course, that the St. Thomas fans oftentimes bring. Huge
we
huge
turn
fans.
up.
We turn up for the fans. We do not. But
No.
no. I feel like it adds so much more, and I have always thought that was really impressive too, because it's a lot of extra work to do, but that detail is super important. So I guess why do you take that extra step? Like, is it a perfectionist type thing in you?
Maybe.
Would
I
you
don't
call
know.
yourself a perfectionist?
I don't know. I definitely. Yeah, I don't know if I'd call myself a perfectionist, but I believe that, anything worth doing is worth doing right. I don't want to ever give below 100% of effort into any of my work. I always want to be putting out better stuff. I'm always trying to, one up the previous video, and I don't ever want to put out mediocre content. I just don't want that. So I don't know if it's me being a perfectionist or what, but I mean, I watch my videos over and over again before they're ever put out. So yeah.
No. So I guess in editing, what is like your vibe? Like, what do you have going on as you're going through a video? Are you like fully zoned in? What would you say is going through your head through those hours?
Yeah. Well, so typically, if I'm editing a sports video or anything that like the native audio that was recorded doesn't really matter, then I'll be listening to music usually as I'm like pulling selects. I kind of try to. I usually listen to some kind of music that like fits the vibe I'm going for with the edit to try and like get my head into the space before I start composing it all. And then once I have all the clips that I want to use, then I find a song and then I get to work. And then once I'm working on it, I'm locked in.
Yeah.
But
you're cooking up.
We're cooking in the kitchen.
Cooking in the lab. No, I feel like everyone's got their own like specific zone kind of. So I guess could you like explain that process of video editing for people who I guess don't know? I mean, people who are watching this probably don't, not a lot of them are using Premiere, I guess. Or at least hopefully not a lot of them are, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't want a bunch of video nerds watching this. Well, maybe I do.
Maybe.
But yeah, I guess what's that like? I guess your setup. Try to explain it for someone who doesn't know anything.
My setup?
Like your how you go about editing a video, like logging footage, like picking shots and everything.
Yeah. So I've yet to properly log my footage. I just kind of, I don't know. I know from the thumbnail I watch everything through when I upload the footage, and then I just know which clip is which kind of thing. So I don't ever. I mean, it's probably for the long run. I should probably really log my footage, but we'll get to that.
Yeah.
We'll start doing that maybe.
Hopefully, our professor is not watching.
Oh, hopefully not. Dr. Greg.
Yeah. Hey, turn this off.
Yeah. Let's see the process. Yeah, upload the footage, get into the zone, start pulling some selects, and then find the. Sometimes it can take a long time to find a song. I mean, when you're searching through like non-copyright music.
It's tough.
It's tough. And
it's really hard.
There's some videos that I made for St. Thomas that I should have spent more time picking the song because they weren't necessarily the best, because like some of them you can find good ones, but a lot of them have that like non-copyright feel to it. But find the song, and then I'll usually play through the song a couple of times and then start marking where I want cuts in the edit. And
so you mark points in the song.
I mark points in the song, so like beat drops that I'm gonna cut between the shots, and I mean that can take a little bit because I've started to be really particular about making sure that it's like each marker is like one. What I learned in the filmmaking masterclass is you want the cut to be like one frame before you can hear the sound of the beat drop. So I'm like going back and forth, like
where
listening to
actually
listening to the different like fluctuations, I guess, in the song, because that way when you cut, you'll like see the cut at the same time that you hear, because you know you're always kind of hear your mind registers sound before like visual. So if you have it cut directly like when the beat's happening, you know, it'll still feel off. So you want the footage to like kind of land at the same time that
Really? I didn't even think of that.
yeah, the same time that you hear the beat drop. So we'll go through and do that. And often I'll like I'll mark almost I'll make too many markers. I'll like go through every time there's a beat drop, whatever. And then I'll often go through and like get rid of a bunch of them because I'll realize I don't have enough clips or something like that.
Yeah.
And then after we do that, start constructing it. Usually find some kind of clip to start her off, and then we just like go with the flow of events. So with sports, I get a lot of pregame like warming up footage. Maybe they're shooting. They're warming up at the hoop, and you know, there's a lot of cool stuff that you can get in pregame, because you know the in-game footage, it's like a dice roll. You don't know if you're going to get something sick or not, and you don't really have control over anything, but you have total control when they're warming up, pretty much.
Guys are showing off a little bit.
Guys are showing off, you know. They're always they always like they always practice some cool dunks beforehand and then never show out.
And then game. Of course it never happens.
So yeah, we like to get a lot of B-roll. And I mean, I've done this in a couple of my recent sports videos, but to find some kind of find a clip from the warm up sequence to then like match cut into the game or something like that. That can be fun to mix it up. But otherwise, then I'll get like the tip off and then just pick out the best shots from the game or the key moments, and then try to find some kind of shot to like, you know, let the viewer know that it's over, kind of thing, some kind of end of game celebration or something like that.
The hug or whatever.
The hug, or dapping each other up or something like that. And then after we do that, I usually will then color correct a little bit, not a whole lot, just because you know I'm shooting in a standard color profile when I do sports. So there's only so much you can do before the footage kind of breaks up a little bit. And then I watch it over and over and over again, and then I'll have like things that stick out to me, like, oh, that should be different. I should change that, or I should cut that. Yeah.
Do you have people like you show to your friends before too? Like get a fresh set of eyes on it.
Sometimes, not anymore though. I don't think, not because I think I've developed a pretty good like eye for it in a sense, and I think a lot of people will just tell me it looks good. And
that's true. I feel the same way.
Yeah, it's like that damn cross country video. I showed it to Ashish, my roommate, and he said it looked great, and then gave a couple suggestions on things to change, and then a couple months later we were recollecting about it, and he said it was terrible, and he never told me that, you know. So it's like
fake friend.
Honestly. No, yeah, I think I've just developed a good enough eye for it now where I trust my own judgment over someone who doesn't know anything about video stuff.
Yeah, those idiots.
Well, because they'll also not. They'll also just not notice the small things that people like you and I will notice.
Yeah, of course.
Know? It's like you were mentioning with your previous podcast episode, the audio was off.
Yeah.
And to the average viewer, they may not notice these things.
Yeah.
Audio maybe, but
now they all know.
Now everyone knows.
Hey, the audio sucked in that
terrible.
one.
Don't go watch it.
Well, you know, you can still watch it. Good episode. But now we fixed the audio.
Yes,
things are better.
Lovely mics.
Gorgeous
lovely
mics.
microphones.
So what's the most frustrated you've been when editing a video?
That's a good question. I've definitely had.
I've had my moments too.
I've had moments too, man.
Sometimes you just gotta yell. You just gotta let it out.
Yeah.
Take a walk.
Take a walk. I should do that.
It's starting to get nice outside, so it'll be more.
That's true. That is true.
Good walking weather while
Yes,
frustrated.
yeah, I'm not gonna freeze my butt off outside. You know, I don't know. To be quite honest.
Yeah.
I think there's sometimes with, when I make this, you know, I shoot everything horizontally and then crop vertically, and I like to follow the subject, so I'm moving the frame back and forth to follow them, to track them, and sometimes it's like painstakingly difficult.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like, or it used to be. Now I learned how to do it smoothly. I used to keyframe every frame and track them and fix it, and it would take like half an hour per shot per clip to track them. I mean, it was a huge waste of time, but that'd be frustrating sometimes, because then it like, since I was doing it every frame, sometimes it would like go backwards.
And you have to totally like Command Z, like.
Yeah, dude, Command Z saved my life.
I love
so often.
Command Z is the greatest gift.
It really is. It really is. I will. I'm trying to recall. There was something recently this past week that was, I think, really frustrating. Oh, I was like deciding between whether or not I liked something in the edit or not, and I was, Command Z and back and forth. And then I did something differently, and then I lost all the redos, and that was frustrating. So, yeah.
Command Z can't save that.
Command Z can't save that.
Yeah. No. I think it's funny that you don't like have an exact answer, because I don't know if you've ever heard our professor say this, that like you have to have a short-term memory. And I feel like he is right about it, because I
definitely have a short-term memory.
Yeah. Oh, I just have a short-term memory in general.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
in general,
like
my memory is terrible.
my memory's awful.
It's not what it used to be.
No, yeah, I have the worst memory ever. But no, like I have had so many videos where I've been like aggravated as hell editing them, and like, but I can't really remember that anymore. Now I look back at the video, I'm like, that's all right. It was decent.
Yeah, I know there were times. I can't totally recall them.
No,
which
yeah.
is probably good.
It is good. It is good. No, there's definitely been times where I've actually like yelled like at myself or the computer, because that'll help.
Oh yeah.
That'll fix the edit, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Soon, once they have like AI, like.
I mean, they're already listening to us. Eventually they'll be able to actually do it. So.
I know. Yeah. Hey, edit the podcast for me if you're gonna listen to
real.
me. No, I think that's funny. What's your favorite video you've ever made?
It's another tough one, because some of them have been like the content that I've put out that isn't a sports video can be really fun to shoot.
Yeah.
Like when I had recreated a scene from American Psycho, the Hip to Be Square scene, and that was for my filmmaking class. Actually, that was like a homework assignment for the master class, and that was a lot of fun to shoot. I shot it with my roommate Joe. It took a couple hours, but it was a lot of fun to recreate that and just have. I mean, it's so much different than the stuff I had been putting out.
Yeah,
it was really cool to have that video. I had I think my best sports video was probably against South Dakota State, or
basketball.
Yeah, I think so. It was a basketball. Maybe it was against whatever the like Jackrabbits or
South Dakota State.
South Dakota State, yeah. That one I think was the best storytelling I had done in like recap.
Yeah, is that the one with the Macklemore song playing?
Yeah. Sing it now.
Got the mics.
Yeah. No, yeah, that was that one. That one is, I had a clear beginning and series of events.
Yeah.
So I was happy with that one. A lot of my other ones right now have kind of been like really short little stuff, but
what do you think that like that line is between, or I guess how do you decide if you want something to be like shorter or longer? Is that just based on like how many shots you get or what you have?
I don't know. It depends. I think so. I think it depends what it's for. Like if it's strictly like meant to be a recap video of the game,
Yeah.
then it's gonna be a little bit longer. But I mean, sometimes I'll have a week where it's like I got to put something out this week, and then I'll just go and make some kind of like just a collection of cool shots from the basketball game or the hockey game. You know, like I had one. I forget who it was with, but it was just like cool audio in the beginning, and it had a like pretty dope match cut between him warming up and then him actually dunking in the game, and that was just like 15 seconds long.
Yeah, I love that.
I definitely I was really, a lot of people did. I thought I did a good job on that one, I think, but like in that case it's like I just had to put something out. So I just like went through all the shots again, and I was like, what can I make, pretty much.
Well, I noticed like I guess for some games you will do the full recap game, like what you do for St. Thomas, for the social media page and stuff, and then you take short clips from it and post on your own. I guess, did you just do that when you have the time, or is it still that like I need to put something out?
I definitely, during the season, I mean, so I'd have the recap videos, and whenever St. Thomas would post them, I would post it as well. I post like the same video because it's just like free content.
Why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't I? And typically too, my boss would have the they'd always requested the video be edited horizontally, and then they would always just crop it on their own kind of thing for vertical. So I'd give them the video, and then I'd like go over it again and like make it better to post it on my own. To post it on my own.
Really, I did not notice that.
Yeah. So I mean, like this, like I went.
Hopefully, boss doesn't hear that one.
Well, I mean,
No.
I doubt he wants to pay me an extra 2 hours of work just for the sound effects kind of thing. But yeah, it's like the South Dakota State basketball game. I had kind of went off. That was like one of the first sports videos I made where I like really went off on the sound effects. You snapped. I snapped. Yeah. I really spent a lot of time working with it, and the video they had posted did not have any of the sound effects that I had put in that one, because they needed a video. So I just sent it when it was like roughly finished, and then I went back and I tracked it for my own vertical framing, and then I added all the sound effects, and I think I even changed one or two things. But I'm really particular about not the type of content that goes on my Instagram, but I mean how good it is,
Well, you want it to be best.
Like I want it to be as good as it can be.
Do you have that I guess pressure almost now to post more on your own Instagram or social medias?
I don't know. I mean, so with the sports seasons kind of being over, I'm in this like weird stage of like, what's the next step kind of thing? What's the next? Because I'm not really going to be doing much sports stuff at all probably over the summer. Unless, I mean, there's a possibility baseball with like a football camp thing. That's something else. But it's really, I feel like I've been really challenged now to come up with new things to start, posting. And I've started making some more like educational kind of content on YouTube. I really want to start posting there. So a lot of my stuff going forward is probably going to be repurposed footage or repurposed clips from those YouTube videos, as well as maybe some short film stuff. So I definitely still feel like the need to be posting something. Like tomorrow I'm probably going to edit up another one of the clips from that YouTube video. It's called 5 Things I Wish I Knew When I Started Videography. Go watch it at Sherfie. Anyways,
very informative.
Yes, it's very because it's like, dude, it's the algorithms on social media are so damn confusing,
and they're annoying too.
They're annoying. They're so annoying. They're so annoying. I remember, dude, it's like first video. So when I had started shooting for St. Thomas. A lot of the stuff, I didn't start making the clips until like I'd already filmed a couple basketball games, or not making the clips, making the videos and like posting them, because that's kind of when I decided that I wanted to be like known for my work. You know, I want people to recognize my work and like know that.
Well, yeah, you put
I'm
the
like
Sherfie like
the video guy. Yeah,
logo.
Logo. You know, it's like I wanted to start building this personal brand for myself. And that first basketball video I put up, I mean, I was so nervous about that one too, because then I like tagged all the players and I was like,
yeah,
they're gonna know who I am, so like I don't want to mess this up, kind of thing.
It's gotta look good.
But that one, the first sports video I'd posted, it had gotten like 20,000 views.
Really?
Yeah, and like 1,000 likes, so like nothing crazy, but I mean my average is like 200, 300.
Yeah, it did
so
well.
It was good. I was like, oh, this is sick. I was like, nowhere to go but up from here. And the next video was like 100 likes and like 2,000 views, and I was like, the fuck happened, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like it's so inconsistent, and there are all these people on the internet who, you know, claim to have
the key,
the strategies.
They know what they're doing.
You know, how often you got to post and what you got to post to. It's all a bunch of BS. I mean, very few people.
Really
like if you actually know, if you actually figured it out, you're probably not going to share it with a lot of people. So they're always just like rephrasing the same stuff. So I mean, I definitely, you know, I'm trying to post at least once a week. I'd like to start, now that I have the YouTube content, I want to start posting like every other day usually. The goal is to like try and
to get to that point
where I'm like making a YouTube video maybe like once a week, every other at like the longest, or at a minimum, and then I can break that up and have an every other day kind of post, because I really want to start growing. But I mean, some people suggest like posting daily, and that's just not sustainable.
No,
you know,
it's not at all.
And
well, you see people burn out from it too.
People burn out so easily, and you know, I know you get better with the quantity of stuff you produce, and it's like that's kind of the method I had been using for a while. But now that I've like gotten all the basics down and like have started to get better, I really have started putting more effort into the quality of my work, and I don't want to. It's just not possible for me to be posting daily.
And I feel like it's not even worth it, really.
It's not worth it.
Like, I mean, I guess if you're doing like TikTok video, if you weren't doing something that is supposed to look really refined, then sure, right? But I don't know. It's not, and it's not easy either. It's really hard. It's hard to post every other day or everything. It's hard to post once a week. You know what I mean?
It
like
is.
You and make it worthwhile, you know? So, you talked about the YouTube, starting up the YouTube. You got one video out.
Yes.
What
Yes.
What was the motivation behind that? You're doing like instructional videos, I guess.
Yeah.
Or, I guess that
kind of. Yeah, it was instructional, I guess, or like starting,
or whatever
like,
you call that. Yeah.
Educational, whatever, informative. So the thought process behind that, I mean, I've read a lot about, or I've spent some time trying to figure out how to really grow personal brand. You know, it's like I can make some really dope videos, sports videos, whatever, and, you know, make it a lot of likes, but I may not get a lot of people like following or like actually caring about who I am and like the stuff that I'm doing, you know?
Yeah.
If you post up a vlog, people are only going to really want to watch it if they care about you for some reason.
Yeah.
And the best way to really build like a community almost, or like an audience, is to like give them something, you know, and not just like try to get from them. And the best way to do that is, you know, give them value with like educational content and like tutorials. And I mean, I also have had experiences with a lot of people on the internet where, you know, I see them do something really cool and I'll like reach out and like ask a question.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they get it a lot from a lot of people, so that's probably where this comes from. But there are a lot of people who like gatekeep or like sarcastically respond to you, you know. And then there's like the dude like B Figgy, my coach, who, I mean, before I had even joined the course, he was like, he like answers all his DMs and like always.
That's awesome.
Because it's like, you know, why not give back? You know, why not build a community? So that's the main reason why I wanted to start putting out that kind of content. And YouTube still remains as like the number one as far as like building a career off of social media. YouTube is still king. You know? It's harder and takes a long time, but if you were to successfully build a personal brand on there, you'll get paid the most, and that's usually when you'll get like brand sponsors and they pay more for AdSense. So
No, so I guess what's next on that front, as well as I guess in the future, just what's next? Like what are the plans? What are you trying to do?
A lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, so the big thing that I'm trying to work on right now is really getting the freelance game rolling. Because I mean, no matter how good you are, like there's a lot of starving artists out there, and I don't want to be a star. There are people who aren't, there are people who are not the best out there. Their content's maybe kind of mediocre, but they're making way more than the actual talented people because they understand the business side of things.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm really trying to do right now is start building like a small business for myself essentially. And I mean, I have plans to try and shoot content with local brands or local companies, small businesses, and like manage social medias. So I mean, it's going to be a lot of different sources of income. We're going to be doing social media management. I'd like to freelance edit for some YouTubers.
Yeah.
Been in contact with a few right now. I mean, I just applied to be on somebody's there's this wedding, I don't remember her name, but she's a celebrity wedding videographer. So trying to be on her team. And then as far as content, putting out the YouTube tutorials, and then I have hopes to try and make some more like not short films, but like almost like short scenes kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because really learn how to properly tell an engaging story, So, because that's everything.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the end of the day, you're trying to tell a story, and it's like, yeah, you may have, no matter how cool your footage is or what you're capturing, if you're not telling an engaging story, no one's gonna watch it, so it doesn't matter. So, those are the plans. I also this is a total long shot, but something I would like to do is to hopefully build a big enough social media following or like personal brand where by the end of the summer, where I can get a media pass for the Vegas Grand Prix, the F1 race.
When that comes out,
I'd like to go shoot that. I think that would be sick.
That would be so cool. You gotta build up to that.
Yeah, we're working on that. That's what we're trying to
start
do.
Putting out. All of a sudden, Sherf's posting every day.
Maybe I do have to post twice a day,
twice a day. Yeah.
Start reposting stuff maybe.
Yeah. Get that the Lego stop motion video.
Might have to
bring it back.
Again.
Slap some color correction on it.
Exactly. Well, that's another thing too that I have hopes of learning, because I'm always trying to like learn new stuff.
Yeah.
I actually haven't really. This is in the works. Works. Been on the DL because I don't want to get anyone else to try and get on it before me. Well, there are a lot of people who have already gotten on it, but like FPV drones, I've started learning how to fly. They're fun. They're really difficult, but there's a whole. I mean, that would open so many doors. They're really big right now in like film and commercials, like car commercials specifically.
Drones everywhere.
Drones, and they're starting to be used in like action movies now, and so there's so much opportunity there. I'm just trying to really learn as many valuable skills as I can. So there's the FPV drones. I'd also like to start learning how to do like animation, like 2D animation. I have some really sick ideas for.
That would be super cool.
So I like to watch some anime. I'm getting back into it. I used to be really big into it, but like I have ideas excuse me, for like incorporating animation into my videos. I don't know if you've ever seen any of those, but
super cool.
Where they're like a mix of something filmed in the real world and then something that you created, kind of thing. So that's going to be another long learning
Long
curve,
term,
but
yeah.
going to pay off too. So
Yeah. I mean, it's all about like just trying to take the next steps, right? Like
yeah,
building up what you want to do too.
yeah,
And like what I love is finding like I've started to learn After Effects a little bit.
Mhm.
Still not good at it
Mm.
at all, but because that program's hard to learn. I will not lie.
it's a whole nother beast.
But it is a beast, and it really is a beast. But seeing it, like being able to be like, oh, I can now do this, kind of, or like
Mhm.
have an idea and be like, dang, like, like before I'd be like, I can't do that. I don't know how to do that.
It's not an option.
Or it's not an option, or it would take too long. Now it's like, okay, I can throw it in there, and it's still gonna take a long time,
Mhm.
but I know it a little bit, and it's a possibility.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's super dope, and it sounds like that's like the style or like the path you're trying to take.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you like, I think I'm a pretty decently creative person, but
I'd hope so.
I'd hope
Yeah.
so. I hope so. But it's like, our biggest limitations are like technical skills.
Yeah.
You can have all these cool ideas, but if you can't make any of them, they're not gonna, they'll
What's the
never be
matter?
seen. So it's like learning how to fly FPV drones or learning how to animate. That'll just open so many more doors for the kind of stuff that I can create, and I'm really excited. I'm really excited.
Yeah,
to start.
it gets you geeked a little bit.
A little bit.
Like-
it's like, ooh, it's like I'm excited to go through the learning process again.
Yeah. I mean, it'll take a while, but like,
Yeah, I'm at the point with video editing. It's just like on Premiere, where it's like, I'm not a master, but I know my way around. I know what I'm doing. So it's like I've gotten around that learning curve where it's like I learned how to do it, and now it's like mastering that. But now I want to constantly be pushing myself to learn new things, and just always expanding my skill set.
yeah,
So
that's the only way to do it.
So yeah, exactly.
You mentioned anime. What's your favorite anime?
So my favorite would be Demon Slayer. It's a really good one. But I tried Naruto. I couldn't get through it.
Really? Ooh, that's gonna ruffle some feathers. I think.
Perhaps. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try again. It's just so dialogue heavy that it was just really difficult to get through it. But we're gonna try again. I just started up Attack on Titan as well. I know that was a really big one.
Yeah, my roommate just finished it.
I've heard a lot of people say
show.
it was really good, and it's good. It's good. I like it. I think I was a little hesitant to watch it because I've heard people say, I don't know, they've said that it's like the best out there.
Yeah,
and if
I know
you
what
start
you mean.
with that, it'll like totally ruin. It'll like leave this aftertaste where like nothing else hits the same.
Yeah.
So I was like worried about that. But I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
No, not at this point.
No.
I feel like that's a thing too. I feel like when people tell me they love something so much, or like you hear something about a show or whatever so much, you're like, nah, I don't want to watch it. I don't know. Actually, I guess I don't know when I've done. I know I've done that. Like I was on The Office when it was popular. Like I did do that thing, and everything. But no, I want to start getting into watching anime because I know I'm gonna like it. But it's always been that like, oh, like nerdy, you watch anime type thing. I think I've been like scared to do it.
All the cool kids watch anime. What are you
I know,
about?
right? I know. No,
I definitely would recommend Demon Slayer.
I know I'm gonna like it. I know I'm gonna like it.
It was a good one.
Well, because like it's so beautiful. I love things that I love things that are beautiful, or like that like look super good. And anime looks so cool.
It does.
It looks so
does.
cool. Have
It
you
looks
seen the
so
new
good.
Puss in Boots movie?
I haven't.
You
I know.
have to watch that movie.
I know.
The new Puss in Boots movie. Everyone, watch the new Puss in Boots movie.
Not
Gasp.
sponsored.
It is like normal animation, but then it has anime like undertones throughout it, but mostly in the fight scenes. And it just goes crazy. Puss in Boots is also like my favorite animated character. I love that. He's hilarious. Sounds super.
I heard it was
dorky,
really
but
good. I heard it was
you got to see
really
it.
good.
You got to see it. It's really good. You got a favorite all-time movie?
Favorite all-time movie? I don't have an all-time. I have a couple favorites.
Yeah.
A big one is, this is gonna. I really like La La Land. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I
It's-
have heard.
Yeah, it's like on the surface, people are probably assuming it's some chick flick, but the cinematography in that movie is like it's good. It's just
Aren't there a lot of long
beautiful
shots?
movie.
Like,
there's some long shots, but it's just like it's colored so well, and
yeah,
it's just a really good movie.
looks good.
It looks good. It looks really good. And I also did musicals when I was a kid, and I used to be an aspiring child actor.
This isn't coming out anymore.
No, oh, we're scrapping this.
Yeah.
No, so I've always enjoyed some musicals. Some are annoying, but
Yeah.
you know, and it's not like really musical, but it kind of is. Anyways, another good one. I really like Baby Driver.
I've never seen it.
You've
and
never seen
I
it?
have heard it's a banger.
It's a banger. I forget. Oh, how did they do it? They had wrote the story or like the shot list of everything with like the soundtrack. Everything is motivated by the soundtrack. So like doors closing or everything, literally everything. It's just driven by the music, and it's just such a dope movie.
That's a crazy premise. I don't think I've ever heard of that.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, maybe I guess thinking about it, maybe I don't know. So, is there music throughout the whole movie? Kind of.
there is a lot, yeah, because the
like-
main character, his thing is like he had an accident when he was a kid, so he has like bad hearing, or he has like this constant ringing thing.
Yeah.
So he's like always listening to me. He has earbuds in like at all times, kind of thing to drown it out. So he's always listening to music when he's running from the cops because he's a getaway driver.
Yeah.
So that's a good one.
Well, all right. I gotta watch it. Last question.
Yes.
What's one thing that inspires you to keep going or do more? Like whether it's a song, movie, another content creator. I know it's a tough question, but
Okay. The thing that is constantly driving me to keep going is just I always have this, I hate to settle, and I believe that I have a lot of potential I believe everyone has a lot of potential, and people make choices not to live out to their fullest potential, and I don't want that to be me. I want to live without regrets, and I know that I'm called to do this, so I don't want to fail, I guess.
yeah.
And
You love it. So
I
you just keep going.
I love doing it. So yeah, I love it. And I love the journey, but also have that destination in mind. And another thing too is like as far as the business side of things and trying to really become successful from this, is like my family grew up, or I grew up with we didn't have a lot. My family still struggles financially, and so I feel like I have this potential to make my parents' lives easier, help them out. And I think that's something that definitely keeps me always aiming for more, aiming higher, because like I want to become successful with this so that I can, take care of them essentially financially. Like they've made so many sacrifices in their life to raise me well, and they made sacrifices with their work and their own desires and pursuits to raise me and my siblings really well. And the cost of that was ending up in just a lot of debt pretty much. So that's definitely a big driving factor, just to give back to them.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That is very good, and it's good that you found something that you love to do.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It does feel
So, Jon Sherf, follow him on Instagram, everything.
on everything.
What is
Sherfie? SHERFIE with an underscore, although no underscore on YouTube.
There you go. He snagged it on YouTube.
Yeah. Yes, I did.
He was able to get it. Well, thanks for coming on.
Thank you
Appreciate
for having
it.
me.
And bid you adieu.
Adieu.
There we go.
Awesome.
Beautiful.
Lovely.
That was amazing.